Message for the day. एक फीका ना गाले सबना में सचातनी ह्याव न के ही ठाहे मानक सब अमोलवे. Do not utter even a single harsh word. You are true Lord and Master by all. Do not break anyone's heart. These are all precious jewels. Unit-2 Solutions Part 6 Conceptual Questions. Question number 1. What are antifreeze solutions? Which substance is generally used in it? Answer is antifreeze any substance that lowers the freezing point of water, protecting a system from all the effects of ice formation. Antifreeze such as ethylene glycol, propylene glycol, commonly added to water in automobile cooling systems, prevent damage to radiators. Question number second, what is relation between osmotic pressure and lowering in vapor pressure? And answer is osmotic pressure is directly proportional to lowering of vapor pressure. Question number 3, before giving intravenous injection, what care is generally taken and why? Answer is that during intravenous injection, the concentration of the solution should be same as that of blood so that they are isotonic. Because if the solution concentration is hypertonic, then blood cell will shrink, and if it is hypertonic, then blood cell will swell or burst. Question number 4. Dry fruit and vegetable becomes fresh when placed in water. What will be the effect of tea on it? And a ripe mango placed in concentration salt solution to prepare pickles shrivels. Why? Answer is due to osmosis. Osmotic, this all this thing is happening due to osmosis. Osmosis is directly proportional to temperature. Now, are equimolar solutions of sodium chloride and urea are isotonic? Why? Answer is that no. Glucose is a non-electrolyte. When added to water, it do not break up into ions, whereas common salt is electrolyte. When added to water, it breaks up to give sodium and chloride ion. The number of particles in solution of common salt are nearly double the number of particles in the solution of glucose. So the osmotic pressure of common salt solution is almost double. Question number 3, what is de-icing agent? How does it function? Answer is a de-icing agent is a substance that prevents the formation of ice. For example, NaCl is a de-icing agent and is lower the freezing point of water so that it does not freeze to form ice under a particular temperature range. Therefore, it is used to clear snow from roads. Define Henry's law. Now, it states that at a constant temperature, the amount of gas that dissolved in a given type of volume of solid liquid is directly proportional to the partial pressure of that gas in equilibrium with that liquid. We also understood this reaction in +1 class and explain Henry law in terms of Le-Chatelier's principle. Answer is a gas such as carbon dioxide can dissolve in liquid such as water to form a solution. Therefore, by Le-Chatelier's principle, as cola sits in the glass, carbon dioxide is continuously escaping from the solution in order to increase the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Question number 9. When mercuric iodide is added to an aqueous solution of Ki, the freezing point is raised. Why? Important question, because mercuric iodide will react with the potassium iodide to form dipotassium tetraiodmercury to Ki. HgI2 will convert into K2HgI4 as shown. This will increase the number of ions. This will decrease the number of ions in solution, and so Van 't Hoff factor decreases since the colligative property is directly proportional to Van 't Hoff factor. Thus, the magnitude of colligative property decreases. Both depression and elevation in freezing point will decrease. Hence, the freezing point is raised while the boiling point is lowered. Question number 10. A person suffering from high BP is advised to take less quantity of salt. Why? Very interesting question. A person suffering from high blood pressure should take less common salt in the food. Common salt contain Na positive and Cl negative ion, dissociate into ions in the blood and increases the osmotic pressure of blood. Therefore, it increases the BP, which is harmful. Question number 11. Which unit is useful in relating concentration of solution with its vapor pressure? And answer is mole fraction is useful in relating vapor pressure with the concentration of solution. According to Raoult's law, the partial vapor pressure of each component in the solution is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Now question number 12. What is the significance of Henry law constant? According to Henry law, P pressure of the gas above the liquid surface that will be equal to Kh is the Henry constant and X mole fraction of the gas dissolved in that liquid. Thus, it is significant from the above equation that higher the value of Henry law constant Kh at a given pressure, the lower is its solubility in the gas of liquid. Therefore, Kh is inversely proportional to the solubility of gas in liquid. Question number 12. Why is melting point of a substance used as a criteria for testing the purity of a substance? Pure solid and liquid compound possess sharp melting and boiling point. Impure substances tend to have slightly lower melting points than the pure substance. Therefore, melting and boiling points of a compound can be used as a criteria of purity. Question number 13. The dissolution of ammonium chloride in water is endothermic. What is the effect of T on its solubility? The dissolution of ammonium chloride in water is an endothermic process. Since solubility of NH3 in water is an endothermic process, its solubility increases with the rise of temperature. According to Leach and Tiller principle, NH4 will absorb the heat and it will we will add water and it will dissolve in water NH4Cl. Then according to Leach-Atelier principle, if we provide the heat, the equilibrium will shift in forward direction in which dissolution of NH4Cl increases. Question number 14. Give reasons at a higher altitude people suffer from disease called anoxia. At higher altitude, partial pressure of oxygen is lesser than at the ground level, so that the concentration becomes less in the blood or tissues, hence people suffer from anoxia. Question number 15. Two liquid A and B boil at 145 degrees Celsius and 190 degrees Celsius respectively. Which of them has the higher vapor pressure at 80 degrees Celsius? Liquid A has higher vapor pressure at 80 degree because it's lower boiling point. Question number 16. Why is liquid ammonia bottle first cooled in ice before opening it? Distinguish between boiling point and normal boiling point of a liquid. Originally, ammonia is gas. Due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it acquired liquid state. Liquid ammonia is in equilibrium with its vapor inside the bottle. If you open directly without cooling, gas rushes out. Its smell causes irritation to eyes and nose. Question number 17. At same temperature, H2 is more soluble in water than helium. Which of them will have a higher value of Kh and why? Answer is the value of Kh of helium is more than the value of Kh of hydrogen. The value of Kh depends upon the nature of gas. Greater the value of Kh, lesser is the solubility. And question number 18. Which out of the molarity and molality will change with change in temperature? Why? Molarity is the dependent on temperature, whereas the molality is not. Molarity is expressed in terms of volume and volume changes with temperature. Molality is expressed in terms of mass, which does not change with temperature. Question number 19. What is the relation between normality and molarity of a solution? Normality can be described as a multiple of molarity. Normality equal to n into molarity, where n is the number of H positive or OH negative ion in acid or base respectively. For HCl, n is equal to 1 because 1 H positive is released. For H2SO4, 2 H positive are released, therefore n will be equal to 2. Similarly, for base NaOH, 1 OH negative is released, n will be equal to 1. And for MgOH2, 2 OH negatives are released, therefore n will be equal to 2. For example, a 2 molar H2SO4 solution will have a normality of 4n. Question number 20. To get hard boiled egg, common salt is added to water before boiling the egg. Answer is NaCl or salt is added to the water when boiling egg because reason number 1 is that addition of salt or other non-volatile solid reduces the vapor pressure of liquid according to Raoult law, and consequently the boiling point increase and the water can attain high temperature. Point number second, evidence also suggests that salted water prevent an egg from cracking. Question number 21. A and B liquid on mixing produced a warm solution. Which type of deviation is there and why? This means that the heat is released in the formation of new bonds. That is, delta H is negative. It means new bonds are stronger and vapor pressure is less. Therefore, the mixture shows a negative deviation from Raoult's law. Question number 20. Why is camphor preferred as a solvent in finding the molecular mass of naphthalene by Rast method? Answer is that camphor has high large Kf value and therefore it causes large depression in melting point of a solution with very small amount of solute. Question number 23. Suggest a reason why saltwater fish die when they are suddenly transferred to a freshwater aquarium. Saltwater fish can't survive in fresh water because their bodies are highly concentrated of salt solution. The water would flow into their body until all their cells accumulate so much water that they bloat and die eventually. Question number 24. What is semi-permeable membrane? Give one example of a material used for making semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane is a type of biological or synthetic polymeric membrane that will allow the certain molecule or ion to pass through it by diffusion. For example, cellulose acetate, potassium ferrocyanide, etc. are used as semi-permeable membrane for carrying out reverse osmosis. Question number 25. Give two examples of solutions showing positive deviation from Raoult's law. Example 3 are given: acetone and carbon disulfide, acetone and benzene, carbon tetrachloride, and toluene or chloroform. These will show the positive deviation. Now similarly, give this question are asked many times. Examiner asks the example of positive and negative deviations. Give two examples of solutions showing negative deviation from Raoult law. These are chloroform acetone, benzene and chloroform, aniline acetone, water HCl, water HNO3, diethyl ether and chloroform. What is mole fraction? Mole fraction is the ratio of the number of mole of one component to the total number of mole present in the mixture. Dear student, we have covered here 27 conceptual questions based on solution. These are very important and many times these are asked in the examination. And Sabna man manak tahan mool manga machangama je to piriya dishik hiyav na kahe tahe kahida. The minds of all are like precious jewels. To harm them is not good at all. If you desire your beloved, then do not break anyone's heart. Thank you for attending the lecture.